All right, guys. Well, if you can look down there, let me get my flashlight. You see all that? That soot? You see how dark it is up in there? Yeah. Give me a second here. I got it upside down, I think. But anyway, you get the picture. See all that soot and stuff in there? That's all carbon buildup. And if you look here, I pulled off my throttle body. See on the back of that. See how that carbon built up? I gotta clean that off. And that's where my antifreeze leak is coming from, right here. And see how they put a screw on there? Yeah, that's the downside of Nissan. So I'm gonna try to get that screw off. Hopefully I can get it off without breaking it. Luckily that ain't a bad vein there. I could probably drill and retap that if I do break it. But I'm gonna try to play with it a little bit. I'm not gonna do a whole lot to it because worst come to worst, I'll just go ahead and stick me some of that down in there, that aluminum stuff. I'm glad I pulled it off. See all that corrosion on that one there. I'm gonna take and clean all that up. I'm gonna clean the whole thing up, get some of that off of there. But you can use carb cleaner, or you can use starting fluid. Like I said, you want to use something flammable in case you get so much, you know. And I'm gonna just, after I clean all this out, let me get my rag here. I started cleaning it out. Yeah, all that came from inside there. Let's see, this right here. For all you guys that have old t-shirts and stuff, don't throw them in the garbage. Cut them up and use them for rags. That's what I do. See that? That's carbon buildup. What usually causes a carbon buildup is the blowback from the oil. Every engine has blowback, and usually I see a lot of guys put catch cans on there. Unfortunately, I don't have no catch can to put on here. They don't make catch cans for this. I mean, I could probably rig one up. But I ain't worried about it. Like I said, I've had this car for 19 years now, and what I do is spray a little carb cleaner in there and just let it sit for a little bit, and that'll help work that back up. Am I going to get all that out of there? No. I'd have to take the whole intake off, and there's still no guarantee I'd get it all out of there. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to do the best I can, let it clean up, and then dry it out. Let it dry out. You don't want to spray this stuff all in there, put it all back together, and fire it up. Because, like I said, it could backfire. It can do a lot of things. Just let it sit overnight, let it air out. After you clean, get as much carbon out of there as you can. I'm going to try my best, get what I can out of there, what I can see. But, and this ain't just Nissans. This is any car. Any car that has carbon buildup. I had a buddy of mine had an F-250 van, and I noticed the problem, and I told him what to do to fix it. You got some throttle bodies are big enough you don't have to pull the throttle body off. I wanted to pull the throttle body off because I'm going to try to fix this right. I'm going to try to get that fixed right by popping that out of there. I don't know how I'm going to do it yet. I can't do too much because it's aluminum. You can't heat it up like you can metal. So I might try a little bit of heat, not a whole lot, a little bit of heat to warm that up, and then take me some vice grips and see what happens. You don't want to put a lot of heat on aluminum because it warps it real quick, especially if it's too hot. So that's where I'm at, guys. This is what I was telling you about. Now, some throttle bodies, the electric ones, you got to be careful, guys, because if you throw, this one's runs by cable. Most of the new cars now run by electric. If you throw this thing off, even with a cable, if this thing becomes off, you throw your throttle body flap off, you're in trouble. Because what it's going to do, it's going to start throwing codes, and it might start running even rougher than what it was. You want to be careful. Do not overextend this thing or bend this thing. Do not do anything crazy like that, because you will have problems. And I just Some throttle bodies are big enough to where you can get the towel and stuff in there and clean it up. But I want it, since I got time, this is just like a backup daily driver car. It can sit in here for a month. I don't want it in here for a month, but it can sit in here for a month if I need to. But my goal is I want to get this part cleaned up. And like I told you in my other video, I want to clean up all this right here, find out what's leaking. Do I need to replace my hoses? Is my power steering pump leaking where it's slinging it back that way? I don't know. I'm going to investigate all that. But one of the things you got to be careful if you're doing a Nissan or if you're doing any car and it's old like mine, these plugs have been in there. That's the only thing I hate about plastic. These plugs have been in there for a long time. And they break. They get real brittle. So what I encourage you to do is before you start tearing these apart, see, I know where our junkyard is, and I could probably go to Napa and get these things. Get these plugs. You got to be careful because if you break these plugs, it could throw out a code, or it can cause problems where your engine's misfiring or whatever. It ain't like back in the day when your engine misfired, you knew it was a plug or a cylinder. These days, it can be just a stupid sensor, a plug. When I meant plug on the other old engines, I meant spark plug, not a electrical plug. That's why I like the old cars. They're a lot easier to work on. I mean, this one ain't too bad. The Japanese cars and American cars, well, the Japanese cars are a lot easier to work on than American cars. I might have people out there disagree with me, but that's my opinion. I think they're easier to work on. So that's where I'm at, guys. I just wanted to show that to you. Whenever you got a car engine and you fire it up and it goes vroom, 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 and then you put it in gear and it runs, it might run good. It might spit and sputter a little bit, or it could stall on you. That's what your problem is most of the time, unless you got a bad throttle body. This throttle body looks like it was replaced when I got it, when I got the car. So, and like I said, it was 2 years old when I bought it. Now it's 19 years, almost 19 years old. Well, it probably is 19 years old. Actually, they made this in 99 for the 2000, so I'm sure it might be 20 years old. But, you know, that's what heat does. Heat heats things up, cools things down, heats things up, cools things down, and over time they dry, crack, dry rot, whatever. So, all right, guys. Well, I hope this helps somebody out there. And I'm going to get in here. I'm going to clean this all out as best as I can. I got one of the good things you can have is a long screwdriver and an old t-shirt or mechanic rag, whatever you got that you can get in there. Spray that thing down pretty good. Carb cleaner. Use carb cleaner. Or you can use starting fluid. But I'm going to stress again, make sure when you do this, let it sit overnight to air out so you don't have no problems. Not only that, if any of that gets down on your plugs, it could foul your plugs out. But once it dries out, by leaving that open, you'll be good to go. So, all right, guys. Well, like this video, share this video. I hope it helps somebody out there that has an idling problem with their throttle body. And now you kind of get it. This is the right way to do it. Take the throttle body off, or in some cases you don't have to take the throttle body off. And I tell you what I also have seen in some cars, there's usually sometimes I see a screen behind the throttle body to keep big material things from getting down the engines. I've seen that too. And if you look over here in my air box, see that screen down in there? Sometimes I see that behind the throttle body. So, all right, guys. Well, like this video, share this video, comment down below if you care, and leave any comments down below. And once you do this, if you're still having issues and you don't know what's going on with it, you probably want to take it to a good mechanic that you trust or know and let them look at it. But 90 99% of the time, that's what it is. So, all right, guys, till the next time. Bye-bye.